Okay, what's the most complex machine you can even imagine? A supercomputer, maybe a rocket getting ready to launch into space? Well, what if I told you that one of the most ridiculously intricate pieces of tech on the planet has actually been around for centuries? Today, we're going to dive into an instrument that is way more powerful than you could ever guess.
Just look at this thing. Seriously. At first glance, you might think you're looking at the world's most epic gaming setup, right? Or maybe the cockpit of a spaceship. With all those keyboards and buttons and pedals on the floor, it's got to be the command center for something absolutely massive. And surprise, it's a pipe organ. But stick with me because I'm about to show you how this ancient machine is basically the original, ultimate synthesizer. It's a piece of music tech that's part supercomputer and part symphony orchestra, all controlled by just one person. So first up, let's pop the hood and take a look at the hardware. To really get what an organ is, you gotta think of it like a high-end, custom-built gaming PC. It's got a power source, a super sophisticated sound system, and this huge internal network that makes the whole thing work. So, what powers this beast? It's not electricity, it's air. Yeah, air. Without a steady, powerful flow of pressurized air, the organ is completely silent. You know, back in the day, people had to literally pump these giant bellows for hours just to make it work. Now we have powerful electric blowers to do the job. They're basically the power supply unit in a computer, delivering all the juice it needs to roar to life.
All that pressurized air gets stored in something called a wind chest. Think of it like a fully charged power-up in a video game, just waiting for you to unleash it. The second you press a key on the keyboard, a little valve inside this box snaps open and a focused blast of air shoots straight into a pipe. And that's it. That's the exact moment a note is born.
Of course, not all pipes are created equal. This is where the custom sound system comes in. You've got your metal pipes, usually made of lead or tin alloys. These are like your treble speakers. They make those really bright, loud, brilliant sounds. And then you've got the wooden pipes. These are the subwoofers. They create those deep, warm, rumbling bass notes that you can literally feel in your chest. And when I say subwoofer, I am not kidding around. The biggest pipes in a big concert organ can be over 30 feet tall. That is taller than a two-story house. We are talking about hardware on a completely epic scale here. Okay, now for the controls, what I like to call the pro gamer's cockpit. The console is the command center, where the player, the organist, controls this whole massive machine. And let me tell you, playing it is an absolutely insane test of coordination.
Okay, put yourself in the driver's seat. Here's what you have to do, all at the same time. You're playing a melody with your right hand, you're playing the harmony with your left hand, and you're playing a totally separate bass line with your feet on this giant keyboard called a pedal board. Oh, and while you're juggling all that, you also have to change the sounds on the fly. Yeah, good luck with that.
So how do you change sounds? With these knobs right here. They're called stops. Each stop activates an entire set of pipes, which is called a rank. So one rank might sound like a flute, another one might sound like a trumpet, and some sound like nothing else on earth. The best way to think about it is that the stops are your sound library. Or even better, it's like a skill tree in a game, where you activate different abilities to create your own unique character build.
And the real art form here, the real skill, is combining these stops to create totally unique sounds and textures. It's a skill called registration. It's kind of like being a DJ, mixing different tracks together live, or like a gamer designing the absolute perfect custom loadout for a specific mission.
So a machine this complex needs some legendary players, right? So let's meet them. And please don't picture some dusty old composers. Think of these guys as the original pro gamers, the grandmasters who pushed this instrument to its absolute limits. We're going to focus on two absolute legends who basically defined what the organ could do. First, from way back in the 1700s, we've got the original grandmaster, J.S. Bach. Then, we'll jump forward about 200 years to the 1900s to meet Charles Marie Widor, the pioneer who turned the organ into a one-man orchestra. Bach's signature style was something called polyphony. All that means is he wrote music with multiple, completely independent melodies, all playing at the exact same time. Trying to play it is like trying to solve three different really hard puzzles at once. One for your right hand, one for your left, and one for your feet. It's wild. His most famous piece, you've definitely heard it, is the Toccata and Fugue in D minor. The toccata part is the fast-paced scale challenge. It's like a high-energy action sequence in a game, designed to show off pure speed and crazy fingerwork.
But then the fugue that follows is the complex strategy puzzle, where one single theme gets repeated and layered over and over and over, building this dense, incredible wall of sound.
All right, now let's fast forward to Widor. This guy didn't just play the organ, he invented a whole new genre for it, the organ symphony. I want you to imagine a sound that usually takes an entire orchestra. We're talking dozens of musicians, but it's all coming from one person playing one single massive instrument. He really did treat the organ like a living, breathing orchestra. And his most famous piece, well, it's the ultimate boss battle music. You've probably heard it at weddings, actually. It's got this super intense, driving rhythm played by the hands, while the feet are just blasting out this huge, powerful, triumphant melody on the pedals. It's a massive workout for the player, and it sounds completely and utterly epic.
Okay, so we know this instrument is ancient, and we know it's incredibly complex, but does it actually have a place in our world today? Let's find out as we explore the organ's next level.
I mean, with all of our modern synthesizers and digital music software and everything we have today, is it finally game over for the pipe organ? Has this ancient tech finally become obsolete?
No way, not at all. The game is still very much on. Composers are still writing incredibly challenging new music for it. Digital organs now let players practice at home without, needing a whole cathedral. And there are global competitions always looking for the next generation of grandmasters. This is no museum piece. A real pipe organ is a living, breathing machine that needs hundreds of hours of maintenance and tuning every single year. So here's the most important takeaway. The pipe organ is so much more than just an old instrument. It is a timeless piece of technology that perfectly blends incredible engineering with deep human artistry. It's just a powerful testament to what we're capable of creating. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. For centuries, the organ was the absolute peak of music technology, the most complex and powerful instrument that humans had ever built. So what instrument or what new technology do you think will be next? What's going to define the sound of the future?